and welcome to another episode of Jurassic Thoughts. I am joined as always by my co-host, Dan. How's it going, man?
Uh, we've seen better hours in the past 48, Sam. Truthfully, we recorded this yesterday, and we had some difficulties with our platform, but it's all sorted out now. So we're looking forward to re-recording and giving you a better product than the first one.
Honestly, silver lining, it's just a chance to improve. We had a nice practice hour yesterday. Now we've ironed out the kinks, and yeah, man, we're ready to keep on going here. And the added benefit, we're now coming off a Jays win instead of a Jays loss. So maybe everything was for the best for
Spirits are
yesterday's
higher.
debacle. Yeah, good for you, Shane Beebe. That was big. And did you see the Vladdy pick off Otani? Like he's standing there pimping it, and Otani's like looking.
Oh, no,
It's
I didn't
it's
see
an
that.
awesome
I
picture.
just saw
Yeah,
Tony
it's
like
so
grind his
good.
teeth after like. "Arr."
Yeah, yeah. Now we got to him, man, with our clunky ass lineup, and we got four of them, so that was
Hoping
huge. And
George is
then,
back tonight.
hopefully, I don't know if that's for sure, but
No,
I'm
I'm hoping.
surprised he's still on the roster because like that looked oblique, like, and
Yeah,
that shit is like month.
you don't want to play around
So
with that. Yeah,
yeah, well, 3 games left, but the fact that he's still like could be available is crazy to me.
hmm
But
hmm
hopefully he is, man, because he's had literally probably the best season of his career this year. So
Maybe a cheeky little pinch hit at bat in the eighth inning, and then you get
yeah.
Miles Straw to run the bases
Dude,
for you.
it's so funny because like Bo smashes that ball to the wall
Yeah,
yesterday and just
yeah,
jogs to first. Like
I know.
that guy, and I love it because like he is clearly maybe like 60%. But he's been actually useful, man. He's
hmm
come up with some hips, but he just knows like I'll just jog to first and take my single, and that's it, and
Well,
that's been fine. So
that first inning walk, I was pulling my eyes out because I'm like, the last thing we need is like almost a borderline paraplegic Bo running the bases to clog it up, be the first guy on. So, anyways,
do you mean yesterday or no? Was
yesterday
that
first
last night
inning,
or
yeah,
right,
he
right.
got the walk.
I
Barger
thought you
got
were
the hit.
referencing when he just walked off the base and Glasses
Oh,
flew
no,
over
no,
and
no.
picked him off because
Yeah,
that
no.
umpire just takes, a
I've
year to
tried to
call
forget
straight.
that.
But
Yeah, of course.
yeah, 3-game series in Toronto as home field, man. It's pretty exciting. Hopefully we're in for some magic in the next time we talk to everyone, like that series will be over. So hopefully our next pod and we're talking about something
A
special
big,
happening. Yeah.
exactly.
Anyway, it's also been really good for the Raptors that the Jays have gone on a deep run because their opening week has been pretty fucking terrible. The Raps are currently 1-3. They play the Houston Rockets tonight in a matchup that neither you or I are that confident in. We'll get to that later. But we will start with previewing or reviewing the first 4 games, and we'll go chronologically. So we'll start positively. We'll start opening night in Atlanta. Anything jump out to you right away that you'd like to touch on from the Atlanta game?
It was a great first game. It definitely set the tone for the season. Unfortunately, the other three games didn't fall in line. But no, I thought it was just a great team win. Like everyone kind of pitched in. There wasn't one outstanding player. Um, just a great game. Just a great game on behalf of us.
Yeah, it was a total team effort. We should note the final score was 138-118.
hmm
They really I thought had control for most of the game. Scotty had 22, 6 and 9, which again I don't know if we've touched on since, but I know on our Twitter we have. But the Scotty preseason clusterfuck and worrying has seemingly been put on the back burner. He looked really good, and he has been looking really good the Dallas game as well. Bi started with 16, 9 and 3. Quick at 13 and 8. RJ 25, 8 and 5. RJ's looked awesome to start the year, and Grady had a nice 21-5 off the bench.
That's right.
We totally ran them off the floor this game. The Hawks transition D leaves much to be desired. We had 34 fast break points to their 11 and 86 points in the paint to their 56. So
hmm
an awesome, awesome opening game. I know you and I were very you know, it's overreactions after one game, but we were like, man, like our over. I'm looking confident, and
Yeah,
then
it was looking good.
sports are humbling, so who knows? It's not looking as good now. Um, yeah, the offense I thought looked really good, but again, I don't know if there's too much to glean offensively from this game when we just our transition game was so strong. Um, but is there anything on the offensive side you want to highlight specifically, or
I think it was a great display of when the three ball's not working, you're still able to get your points. And like you mentioned, a lot of that came through the fast break. A lot of that came through second chance. We out rebounded them by 20. So second chance points are massive there. And we'll, as we get further into the pod, we'll discuss our concerns about rebounding and kind of having more bigs on the court. But I think, ironically enough, Pirtle actually matched up decently with Porzingis because they're both a little bit of mobile centers. Of course, Porzingis stretches the floor, but we we shifted and we filled the paint well enough to defend any of those drives. And Trey didn't have his best game at all. I thought we did a good job on him limiting open looks. Dyson was pretty much non-existent. So
yeah,
although it was a nice sure win, I don't think the Hawks played their best, and I'd like to see them again about halfway through the year when they're in full midseason form. So,
yeah.
but it's definitely a great for yeah.
To your 3 point, we only made six. We were 6 of 25 on the night. Atlanta was 10 for 35, so neither team shot the three that well. Um, and yeah, like you kind of said, Trey was pretty mediocre. Dyson invisible. Jalen Johnson I thought was good.
Yeah.
He was the one guy who stood out for me. Man, being a fan of the Hawks, like watching Trey Young every night would drive me fucking crazy. Like every time when a defender of ours like bumped him,
Of
huge
course.
flop and
Yeah.
falling and all that. And we should note the reason this game was even close, like after the first quarter, is because we fouled the shit out of them, and we pretty much did the whole game.
Hmm.
Atlanta ended up with 37 free throws, and we're going to talk about our overall defensive scheme, but I know part of our identity is going to be aggressive and picking up the full court, and it's gonna lead to fouls because of our aggressiveness. Um, TBD to see if that's going to be something successful and something we can do moving forward. Um, but yeah, that's my only nitpick defensively for this game at least. It was a pretty solid opening night win to a team that a lot of people thought won the offseason and was like penciling in them into a dark horse top four seed.
Hmm.
I was always in the camp of like, can I see it from them? Like, I think our talent matches up pretty well, and
Hmm.
in the opening night, we definitely ran them off their own floor.
Yep. I also want to highlight as well. Our bench played outstanding today, or in
Hmm.
this Hawks game. Like
In
Grady
that game, yeah,
21, yeah.
Grady was
Shed
great.
dropped 10, and I think this is a sign for the Hawks to maybe let Onyeka start at the five. Uh,
Mm.
so
Who
he played
who
well
who
off
would
the
they take off
bench.
the bench then?
You could probably have KP
Probably.
as a little punch. I don't know if I want
Mm.
KP out there. I mean, or you can restructure it so Risa Shea. Maybe he's not fully quite there as a starter, maybe,
He was
but
pretty invisible too. Reese Shea. I didn't really
yeah,
notice him, but
16. He was efficient, but yeah,
bro,
not very
Nikhil
impactful.
Nikhil Alexander Walker was like 2 for 15. Like he
Nikhil,
was chucking them, and yeah, that was
yeah,
helpful
he
for
was
sure.
earning that money.
Anything else from the Hawks game, or you want to go on?
No, I'm good to get to the meat and potatoes
Yeah,
of our struggles here.
yeah. So we're 9 minutes in, and that's probably some of the last positive things we're gonna say about the team. Okay, Friday or last Friday, Milwaukee Bucks were in town. Jays had the first World Series game in Toronto, and the Raps had their home opener, so it was an insane night in Toronto. Um, the Raps ended up falling to the Bucks 122 to 116. Bi cooked this game. He had 29 6 and 3. Scotty 17 5 and 3. Quick 19 7 and 8. Quick had a really nice game, even though
Hmm.
his 3 pointers have not been falling.
Hmm.
And RJ with another cool 26 and 2. We just ran into a big Giannis problem, man. Giannis had 31 20 and 7. He missed three shots total, and they were all tip-ins. And we were up at hat. Like, it was a very back and forth game. There was a ton of ties and lead changes, and ended up losing by six. First thoughts from the Bucks game.
Free throws costed us the game. We lost by 6. We missed 9 free throws. So if we shot 65%, although the Bucks actually shot 56% from the line, if we just focus a
Yeah.
little bit more on the important things like being able to capitalize on free points, like quickly 6 for 10 from the line, normally a pretty good free throw shooter. RJ 1 for 3. These are points that, in the grand scheme of things, at the end of the game, those decide the game. So
Hmm.
I think we did a good job on Miles, which I was concerned a little bit about for Jakob. He played 28 minutes, only finished with 4 points, 2 for 8 from the field. So definitely a good job isolating him. And I mean, Gary had a nice game, and so did Cole Anthony off
Cole
the
Anthony.
bench.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? If Milwaukee's gonna beat you, I'd rather have it be done through those guys being able to hit shots than Giannis just going for 50 and walking all over us. So although
Well,
although
he
Giannis
still
still
walked all
did,
over us.
he
Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
but yeah, like someone else has got to pack a punch there. So it wasn't our worst game of the four, but definitely a lot of room
No,
for
definitely not.
improvement. Yeah.
I thought it like not an encouraging game, but that's another team people have pretty. I know you have them significantly higher than us. I
Four
think they're
seed.
in our tier, and we were right there with them the whole game. Um, Offense took a bit of a step back. We had our best season opener number like points wise ever. We set our record for most points. It was too bad we didn't get another Darko going crazy meme after the Bucks game. We've only had one to start the year. Um, and I know we've touched on off the pod, but we've been just sending the memes back and forth of Scotty and Quick looking like terrified when Darko's running around.
Hmm.
But yeah, dude, for to your point about the free throws costing us, we were 5 for 11 from the line in the fourth quarter. You lose by 6. That's pretty easy math. That's an issue. I won't like yes, the free throws in the game was an issue, but like playing a Bucks team, they're leaving a lot of points at the line as well. They were 14 to 25. So that one, it's too bad we couldn't capitalize scoring that way a bit more. Because, if you can't stop Giannis, your best bet is to just foul him. And yeah, okay, so I watched the Bucks game because obviously we had it's on, so I watched this after, which was very nice because I could skip 10 seconds because when Giannis is at the line and he does his whole routine, I literally need like 30 seconds of skips for one free throw. So I'm pretty happy I watched that one on not live so I could skip through that nonsense. Um, yeah. So the one thing I'd say too, and we mentioned how BI was really got it going this game. He only took 2 field goals in the fourth.
Yeah.
He played 10 minutes. Like that's pretty unacceptable. We we've talked about how like we think BI as our fourth quarter go-to guy is like the ideal and what we envision. We're not saying Scotty, RJ, and Quick can't, make a nice shot or make a great play in the fourth. That's not what we're saying. But 2 field goals is pretty unacceptable for our go-to scorer in a close game.
Yeah, no, he's got to take command there. Like in the fourth quarter, he has to take the most shots. That's what we got you for. You're
Agree.
supposed to be a closer.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
a good enough team around you to where you can make plays happen, and you got to want it. You got to be hungry. You got to be a bit of a killer. So
His and having watched him now, because haven't watched him too much in New Orleans in the last however many years, but his mid-range game, and I know that's like what he hangs his hat on, but if he's wide open, it's legitimately a layup. Like
yeah,
it's so smooth, like him just coming
silky.
off a pick and getting into the lane there. Um, Pretty hard. Like for me, like they're not stopping him there. He just misses, like there's not really much they can do except hope for a miss.
Hmm.
So that's been really encouraging. Um, yeah, Scott,
I
and we should talk about defensively because I know we did in our scrapped pod, but Scotty has so far guarded Giannis, AD, and Wemby, and with Pirtle looking like a shell of himself to start the year, and we're going to talk about that more. But Scotty's been put in really not great positions,
hmm
and
and
he's worked his ass off. Like Giannis obviously still went off, um, but that's sort of what happens when you have your anchor of your defense in Pirtle, who's looked really, really bad. When there's no backline of defense there, that's how Giannis misses 3 shots all from tips.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And it's
Uh,
funny too when
yeah.
when you break down the box score. So we shot 5% better from three. We shot 11%, 10% better from the line. And then we shot 49%. They shot 52%. We out assisted them. We stole them, and they had one more block than us. Yet, the rebounds ended up being what was costly in second chance points, which ties into our bigger
Yep.
concern of having Jakob as the only 7-footer, as
Yep.
well as him kind of dealing with a possible injury right now. He's
Yeah.
what was he game
Back.
time tonight? Is back, yeah,
He's doubtful tonight for Houston.
doubtful. So
And we said that needs to happen. Like he is not giving you anything where it's worth it having him out there right now.
yeah, yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt. So that's definitely a glaring issue we even addressed during the preseason roundup, which is now
Yeah.
coming to fruition pretty early on into the season.
Exactly. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't too discouraged from this game. I know that idiot Pensair basketball put out a tweet after this one saying basically Ingram is like the reason why we won't meet our potential. Whatever, man. I mean, Ingram was definitely not the fucking reason we lost this game. He was probably our best player in this game. Um, I've been pretty happy with Ingram. Like, obviously, the defensive stuff is pretty rough. Never been something he's hung his hat on, and that's also without Pirtle. That's going to be a lot more glaring to start the year, and it has been. So, nothing real. Like the Bucks game, back and forth, could have gone either way. I felt like we were right on their level. I think we play them soon again. We play them in like a week, so I'm excited to
Mm-hmm.
see that again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm good to move on from this one if you are.
Yeah.
Okay, the Dallas Mavericks game. This is where things started to go, for me at least, off the rails. So the Raps lose 139 to 129. It actually wasn't that close, in my opinion. That was more so like garbage
Garbage
getting
minutes.
back into it. It was close to half. We should know. Like we were leading at half, and then we just played terribly in the third and the fourth. Scotty cooked 33, 11, and 6. BI 22, 6, and 3. Those were the only really notable Raps box scores. AD had 25 and 10 for the Mavs. Only like Giannis only missed three shots, 11 to 14. Flag had his one and only good game of his career so far, having 22 on 8 of 14. And somehow we let D'Angelo Russell have 24, 5, and 6, which is definitely not ideal. And your first takeaway from the Mavs game.
Where do I start? I mean, we just came out not ready to play. Like I think it was honestly by the end of
Oh,
the
we took the lead in half. Like I
yeah,
thought the
but
first half we
I never felt like we were in control of the game.
well, we
Like
definitely weren't. It was back and forth the first half the entire
yeah,
time.
like it was fast paced and there was a lot of intensity, but we were taking shots way too early into our possessions. And I know we want to, get going. Like our team runs in kind of like a fast paced sequence, but we got to get higher quality looks. Like our shot selection was very poor, even though despite us being up in the first half. Half court offense was like a glaring issue as well. No one was really there to facilitate. Like IQ didn't have a great game at all. So I mean, like definitely we need more structure on the offensive end when we already bring the ball up the court, and we need to take care of the ball more as well. I noticed that we were just a lot of like unforced turnovers or just like trying to make passes when the lane was closed like seconds before and just settling. We were settling a lot on like poor attempts from beyond the arc. So those are things that we need to address.
So you focused on the offensive side. I was way more mad defensively this game. Oh boy. The Mavs shot 58% from the field. We had 100 field goal attempts. They had 85, and they still made more field goals than we did. They had 50. We had 49.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. And this is like, the whole Pirtle conversation's a consistent theme here because he's just no resistance right now at the rim. It's really bad. PJ Washington was looking like prime LeBron in the second half with these drives, man. Cooper, he literally has not had a good game except for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then like D'Lo, 24 from D'Lo, like that is not a recipe for success. D'Lo had 1 point the game before against the Wizards.
The Wizards of all teams.
Yeah, really, really, really pathetic defensive game. they allowed 9 dunks in 14 minutes. Like the first
Yeah,
14 minutes of the
that's
second half,
gross.
9 dunks. Um, the Mavs went 13 for 16 inside the paint in the third quarter. They at that time they were 27 for 33, 82% on the night. This all revolves around Pirtle just being a pylon out there. Um, and no wonder he's doubtful for tonight. The back, you know, it's like if the back is not the reason, then this is a whole other conversation about the contract and how bad that might be looking. I'm going to believe it's 4 games. He dealt with this in the preseason. This isn't still an issue for him. But this was really, really rough. We should note CMB made his debut this game,
Not a great
but we
debut.
both terrible debut, but we both think he will be a big part of our defense in our future, maybe short term and long term. He couldn't do anything tonight. That game looked like the game was moving really quick for him. Offense was very clunky.
Hmm.
I think his first play, like flag, pump faked, he jumped and went right around him for like an and one. So
Hmm.
kind of just off the jump was not a good CMB game. He went scoreless. And yeah, like Scotty was awesome, like I said, 33 and 11, but you can't not highlight in the I think it was the third quarter, he goes up for a layup and he thinks he got fouled and then just complaining to the refs and that like I'm not harping on that. I know tons of NBA players do that, but then Dallas is running their half court offense on the other side, and Scotty's not even looking. He's guarding Najee Marshall, and he's not even looking at him. He's just complaining to the refs. Marshall sees it and obviously just cuts to the rim, leading to an and one. That really put a sour taste in my mouth. Like, Scotty, we know he's the face of our franchise. I know he's still young, like, he's not some vet leader, but he's on our max deal, and he's our face of our franchise. You can't be doing bullshit like that even dude, like refs miss calls every game, and I get it. It's definitely frustrating, but to just leave your guy unattended, leading to an and one when the game's starting to slip away from you, that was really disappointing for me.
I agree. And just on
Yeah,
that note as well, like we looked really undersized in this game. I know it's not easy to match up when Cooper's running the
we've
one,
talked about this theme. We've talked
but
about it.
it was glaringly obvious on the rebounds. Like we got out rebounded, I think almost by 10.
If our only 7 footer is cooked,
What are we
we're in
gonna do?
very big
And
trouble.
AD's at
Yeah.
the 4. Like this is already a huge team. They kept shooting over us.
Yes.
I found too, and I think our what Darko tried to do was put Mamu at the top of the arc to try and get a longer arm in the face, and then he just get blown right by, and then we have no one that's like 6'9" or above to like guard the paint. So
Yeah.
that's why they got what was it 9 dunks in 4 minutes? Is that what you said?
Ugh.
Like
Yeah.
it's
14,
unbelievable.
not 4. 14 minutes,
14,
but still.
nonetheless. Yeah.
Yeah, still.
So I mean, Sandro did have a good game though. Like
He did.
I was actually very happy with it.
I have
Six
no
for eight with
complaints with
16.
Sandro to start the year.
Yeah, he did. He did what was expected of him offensively.
Yeah,
But yeah,
he's here to do an offensive spark off the bench. He's not going to be guarding the rim. That's just
no,
not his game.
no, not at all. Um, yeah, man. I know it's still very early, but we probably are in the market for at least another big at this point in time. I would think if we want to have any chance of
We
like
we've
being
definitely talked
competitive.
about this. If we are in a position to buy at the deadline, we're going to need size. We are 100% going to need size because you saw it with Giannis. You saw it in the Dallas game. We'll touch on. I mean, Wemby's his own alien, so like I don't think size would even really matter at all against him. He made AD look like a high schooler, but it's just 1 7 footer is not enough, and especially if he's compromised health wise, it's just not going to
Hmm.
be good enough. What do you think of the green Dallas jerseys and like the old school court?
I honestly didn't mind it. I know I've seen
I
a lot of
like them,
mixed. Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I like them. I think
It's
they're
not
cool.
it's not my favorite jerseys I've ever seen, but yeah, I like add it to the catalog if I'm Dallas.
Yeah,
Like whip it out on
I
a
think.
special
Well, also I
occasion.
think the Mavs regular jerseys are pretty whatever. They don't really
Hmm.
like the navy and the white is kind of whatever
Yeah,
to me.
it's underwhelming.
But I those green ones I liked a lot. I thought they were cool.
Hmm. No, I
Yeah.
agree. I'll ask this now. I know we still have one more game to go over. I'll ask this now though. I just want your take. Are we a better or worse team with Jakob in the lineup as it stands right now? And I think the answer is we are worse, but I want to get
Well,
your take
again,
on it.
um, Jakob at this production, and it's likely due to this back injury. It's just not good enough. So I'm actually interested to see. We play Houston tonight. He's probably not going to play. We're going to preview that, and Houston's like the tallest fucking team in the NBA, so I doubt it goes that well. But I know Jakob, like our starting five overall is a net negative right now, and I'd venture that. I mean, IQ's been bad as well, but Jakob has been horrible.
Hmm.
Um, I'm definitely, I like I've said, dude, I don't. He's not worth it to be on the floor at this level of production with this health right now.
And it's like so okay. So how do we counteract that? We go small. Who's at the five?
Well,
How are
oh,
we gonna?
but that's not even counteract. That's our only choice. Like we
Okay,
have no
by
other big
default,
man.
sure.
Yes, by default.
So how are we gonna accommodate that? Like, how could we structure a lineup to which we can guard someone like AD at the four and Lively at the
Ugh.
five with Cooper running the one? Like, we can't.
Shangoon,
We need more
Shangoon
size.
tonight. Shangoon tonight's gonna
Uh,
be a treat with
well,
Steven
Big
Adams.
Steven.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Who's guarding Steven?
Well,
That
it's not
guy's probably
about
the
who's
strongest.
guarding Steven. It's
No, but
about
in the
who's getting
paint,
a rebound over Steven.
that guy's the strongest guy in the league.
Yeah.
And if yeah, like it's no one's gonna box
We'll
him
we'll
out.
get into the Houston game. Like we'll
Yeah,
touch on it
we'll
after we
talk
do the
about it.
Spurs. But yeah, no, like the current Jakob play is just it's not going to be leading to anything positive. So I honestly hope they give him time because what he's putting out there, I'm guessing he's battling through something, just not worth it. Take time off and hopefully get right because as we said preseason, I know you touched on if he's the guy that goes down, we're fucked. And so far, he's basically gone down except been playing because he's just been so invisible, and it's led to 3 games that have not gone well.
No, no. And while we're on the Dallas game, I'm just throwing this out there. It just came to me. Since they are such a big lineup and they actually still are missing another big in Gafford,
Yep.
what would like does I to me I like Gafford. I think he fits us.
Yeah, I
He's a
do
more
too.
mobile, bigger center. I don't even think he's 7 feet. I think he's like 6'11", whatnot. But obviously, clearly can guard a 7 footer if need be.
Yeah.
What would a trade look like for Daniel Gafford?
Um, I don't know. Are you assuming Dallas is like selling off, or are you thinking
Oh,
that like a
I'm assuming that Dallas is acknowledging that they're much bigger than they need to be, and that all these guys probably aren't
I
getting
don't know though,
minutes.
dude, because AD does not like playing the five. That's always been his
No,
thing.
no, no. But I mean, Lively started this game. He played okay. Like didn't get many minutes, but he defensively did what you needed him to do. So I mean, if they choose to move, personally I would love to get Lively. I just don't know if they would part with him.
I mean, Gafford, he's on a 14 mil deal.
That's
So it's
very generous.
it's very it would it goes up to 17, 18 the next couple of years, but
Very, very, very team
yeah,
friendly.
no, it wouldn't cost. I don't know why Dallas would be motivated to move him. That's sort of my thing.
Well, I just think with one of the two between Lively and him, and then of course now they have AD. There's like a bunch of bigs on this roster that probably aren't being utilized to their capacity. So
I just think with having AD, he's complained so much about playing the five. They're gonna want like 2 nice centers because AD will probably never play the five this year unless it's like injured, barring injuries, because
then
he
what's
hates
the
it.
price on Dwight Powell?
Okay, and now we move on officially.
We need another Canadian.
Yeah, or like yeah, that's like reminds me of Kem Burge. Oh, he's Canadian, cool, and he sucks.
He gets his token
Um,
3 minutes a game.
yes, thank you for
No, he's a good locker
Portal
room guy.
Chem. Yeah, thank you for Jakob. All right, sticking in Texas, and the title of this pod, Swept in Texas.
Mm.
We visited Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs the next game.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, and I'm very glad again that the Jays were on because we had something else to sort of watch. I watched this the next day. The Spurs won 121 to 103. It was not even that close. It got closer. I shouldn't say that. We did fight back to like within 8 in the fourth. Twice I think we got it to 8. Then they just subbed in Victor, did some crazy pick and roll shit, and it was already back up to like 13, like instantly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
RJ had 25, 2 and 2. CMB great second game. He had 19. He was active, hit a couple threes. Was really impressed there. An IQ at 15 and 7. Wemby, 24, 15, 7 at 8 from the field. In his sleep, feels like he could do that. And the other notable stat line is Scotty took 7 shots in total. So what was your first big sort of takeaway from the Spurs game?
Well, I think the biggest stat that you didn't mention with Wemby is he was plus 35,
Yeah,
which is
that
just
seems about right.
unbelievable. So that seems more like we don't have the facilities to kind of deal with someone like that, rather than like we just didn't play our best game. Like I think he's doing that to most teams. The Spurs are still undefeated.
Yeah.
While we're
Yeah.
recording this as well. So, I mean, yeah, man. Like we argued the last time we filmed this that it was a bit of a talent discrepancy, and of course, if you account for Wemby, no doubt.
Yeah,
Like
we'll
this
get
guy's
into
the
that
best
again because I
talent.
think that's a worthwhile debate again.
Sure.
Do you want to say what? Do you want to say like what we were specifically debating?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously when you go player for player, like Harry Barnes, Julian Champagny, even Vassell, like these guys aren't they're serviceable. They're not like guys, but they're okay. But when you have someone like Wemby enhancing all of his teammates' game, that makes it so much more difficult to be able to kind of approach the defensive schemes that you had planned. And so it's just, and like they're also hitting shots. Like Harry 4 for 5 from downtown. Vassell knocked down a couple threes. Like when they're
They
hitting their
shot
shots,
the shit out of the ball this
yeah.
game,
Well,
dude.
they shot 48% from three.
48% from fucking
Yeah.
three. It really felt like every time Harry Barnes took a three, it just went in. It was insane.
Yeah.
Keldon
there's always-
Johnson banked in some bullshit. Like, it just everything was going in for them.
And
this game.
that was partially because we were like over focusing. Not, I mean, you can't over focus, but overcompensating on Wemby, and that just
we're
gave a lot
gonna
of
touch
perimeter
on the
guys looks.
defense as a whole.
Yeah.
But let's just wrap up the talent point. So, you basically were saying to me, well, dude, honestly, like the talent discrepancy is so big. Like, I don't even know, what are we supposed to do? And I still believe it isn't. If you're arguing that Wemby by himself is like more talented than like 90% of our team, I have nothing to say to that. Like, he's an alien. He's fucking insane. He's looking like the face of the league, like if not now, like pretty soon. But De'Aaron Fox, their $40 million point guard, did not play this game. So it was really Wemby, Castle who's looked really good. Looks like he's taken a second year leap. Really was impressed by him. Dylan Harper's had a great start to his career. So their young guard play, and that's even without De'Aaron, man. Like, I wonder if De'Aaron might be on the trade block. That's a whole nother story.
And Sochan too.
Sochan didn't play. So, like, we were fully healthy this game. I get Pirtle left injured. He
probably a
also
benefit.
he was basically a zero. He was worse than a zero. He was
Yeah.
like a negative, so I do
he's a
get that.
wash.
But a fully healthy Raps team, to me, is if not more talent than Wemby, Castle, and Dylan. You should be on their level with De'Aaron Fox not playing, and it looks like your point looks better than mine because they kicked our fucking ass. It wasn't even close.
Okay, the way I see it, Wemby is far by the best player on the court. We can both agree on
Correct.
that, right?
He's probably the best player. It's like him, Jokic, and Shea.
Right, in the
Like,
league,
that's
top
probably
three in the
the
league,
three.
no doubt right now.
Luca
right?
on like the bubble there, like
And more
Anyway.
times than not in basketball, whoever has the best player is most likely going to win the game. Of course, there's exceptions to that. The '04 Pistons, this team's been ran through with.
we saw that
how
a lot with
cohesive.
LeBronto. We saw that.
Yeah,
a lot.
well, exactly. And we clearly didn't have the pieces. And as soon as we made that trade to get us over the hump, we won the chip the next year. So you see this a lot. Like, Wemby is just at that point in his career where he can just take over games and win very handily and embarrass us as he's done. Yeah, of course, when you go, player for player in the starting five, we do look like we have a slight advantage. But like I said earlier, just how Wemby enhances
I don't even
everyone
think it should
around
be
him.
slight, dude. Their wings were Champagne and Barnes, and ours are and that Harry Barnes. Ours is Scotty and Bi. That should be a huge fucking discrepancy.
Like basketball is that one sport where one guy can make
And
the
again,
most
if
impact.
that's your point, I have nothing to say, right?
Well, that's just how it is, right?
Victor is that guy.
Yeah.
But without De'Aaron Fox, man, like I don't think it's that acceptable to be blown out of the gym.
Well, we don't have a 7-footer and the guy's 7'5".
And like,
So what were we gonna
yes,
do?
yes,
Like we need
he
this
might
is
be taller than seven
I'm telling you,
five,
this is
dude.
a
He's
comment we
fucking insane.
and again, we got out rebounded by 24 in this game. So like again,
Yeah,
like this is a glaring issue is the rebounding. Of course, with the Hawks, it was more passable. Porzingis has never been a great rebounder. He'll get
no,
his like
no,
8-9, but it's usually just off like, you take it this time. It's not like he's hungry, out there like on the glass.
yeah,
So I think that like we definitely need another 7 footer. We need someone who's like a ferocious rebounder and that can kind of run with the younger guys a little bit,
yeah.
and then I would like to reassess because Jakob being injured, Jakob being immobile, is really hindering us on both ends of the court right
Yep.
now.
Oh, he had a stretch in the Spurs game when we fed him like I want to say like two or three shots in a row where like he was in his patented floater range and not like just brick, brick, brick. And
Hmm.
then he tried to thread a pass, like a bounce pass through Wemby, and it was an easy steal. Like Pirtle, we're not going to belabor it because he's clearly dealing with something, but it's been a terrible start to his contract extension.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets healthy because we obviously need him, but this version of him is just not good at all.
And another thing, Sam, really quick, when's the last time? Because I can't actually, honestly, I cannot remember that a team that was like known for being running small ball actually won the championship. I can't think of anyone's in
Well, the
recent memory.
Warriors love it with Draymond.
Yeah, okay. The Warriors,
22.
if you have two of the best shooters of all time, you might be able to get past by without having a big. But I don't like Nuggets. Obviously, us in 2019, the Bucks had Brook. Giannis
Celtics
has
are
a
pretty
massive
small.
lineup.
Like I know
Well,
Didn't really play
Porzingis,
in that
Al was
playoff
almost a
run.
7 footer. He played some crunch
Yeah,
minutes. They had Luke
yeah.
Cornett.
Obviously, the Thunder went big with Chet
Went
and
huge.
Hartenstein.
Hardenstein,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think we do need another big. Like that is a glaring, obvious point. And then after
I'm
we,
willing to hold off on need one until we get healthy Pirtle. Without Pirtle, obviously, like oh man, dude, we're playing the tallest team in the league tonight. Buckle in. Um, but yeah, it's obviously it's been an issue thus far with our center being hurt.
and again, this game, 74% from the line, a little bit better
I was
than
about to
before,
say,
but
oh,
still not great.
58% from the Spurs match the Mavs from the field.
Yeah,
Um, it's just letting the other team shoot 58%, almost 60% is just it's tough to win that way.
yeah, yeah. And then this is
Anything
also, I
else
think,
from?
this
Yeah.
was also Jacoby's first game. I know he only played 10
Yep.
minutes,
Yep.
but
Jacoby was
he hit
back.
a three, so that's something.
Hmm. Some early trends too. Starters are minus 23.
Hmm.
We touched on that. That's a Pirtle and IQ. I think is a big reason why.
Hmm.
Their two best lineups both include Mamu. Again, it looks like that's related to Jakob.
Hmm.
And we rank currently 22nd on D. It's honestly felt worse than that, but
Yep.
um, I know it's early, so the variance will like smooth out. Um, let's talk. Do you want to touch on the defense? We haven't
Yeah.
talked on that yet. Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Or more so the defensive scheme. But so the Raptors look like this year, their whole identity is going to be picking guys up full court, trying to annoy and bug the lead ball handler on the other team to wear him down. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to go for steals. That's going to lead to fouls, but we've done that, and we're going to come out ahead doing it this way. And Lewinberg, I thought, did a great callback saying, this is what Nick Nurse liked to do when he was here, and it looked awesome when he had Kyle Lowry and Marcus Gasol and Serge Ibaka and Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard. Like when he had savvy defensive vets that had high basketball IQ and had the rotations locked down and had everything was moving all together. When Nurse tried to do this when those guys left with, the Fred, Pascal, Norm, OG teams, it looked like shit. And that was sort of a
Well,
reason
it got
it looked really
by.
bad.
We
I'm
mean,
not saying the first year after because we still had Lowry and Gasol, but the Powell, Pascal, Fred teams. Yeah, we caused a lot of turnovers, man, but like Philly handled us pretty quick in the playoffs. I know there was a big talent discrepancy there. Um, but my more so point is it's really tough to run a scheme like that, especially with a young team and without the personnel. And I think it's definitely fair to ask Darko, do we have the personnel to do this crazy moving scheme where you're always rotating and you're always moving around because some guy's being aggressive at the top. So you always are like moving around to try and compensate for that. I thought this, so the Spurs shot 48% from three. I thought they had another like four, five, or six open looks and they just
Hmm.
missed them.
Yeah, they
So
did.
if we're gonna defend like this, man, like the rotations have to be a lot better, in my opinion.
Hmm. And just as well, just to reference preseason, I know Darko was experimenting with the 2-3 zone. Didn't see it once in all 4 games. Maybe it was just because it was preseason. He just wanted to see what he had with the guys out there. But maybe we reconsider doing something like that just to kind of shore up the paint. The issue is, if we're facing a bigger team that can shoot, they're just going to shoot right over us. Lots of open looks, lots of moving around. Not great. And just to your point about picking up guys full court, I don't think, to be honest, personally, I don't think that's a great idea with like the guys like our personnel because who do we
If it's
have?
Jamal
Guys,
Shed, that's one thing, you know?
I'm
Like that's part
okay.
of that's his game. Like he's
Yeah,
gonna be a defensive pest. He loves doing that shit. I don't know, man. Like
I don't. I
is
don't.
part of the reason quickly he's been shooting so ass is because he's picking like he's more tired. He's because he's at
Well,
the end of the floor. I
it's
don't
just
know.
what's one common theme with our starters? They missed a lot of time. Bino, IQ,
Yep.
RJ. They've all missed Jakob. They've all missed significant time. I think putting
RJ's
ourselves
been
in
pretty
like
durable, I think, but
he
yeah,
was injured a little bit last year. I don't know if that was actually an injury or whatever the case was.
yeah.
But anyways, yeah, like putting ourselves in more compromised positions, contorting the bodies, like more hustle, more effort. Like it sounds great, and then you see the wear that it has on you, and then obviously that translates to the offensive end as
And
well. So I'd love to just find
yeah.
I just want to get a 7-footer that can play defense and move a little bit, and I want to see what we have as opposed to just trying to compensate in kind of like these what's supposed to be like I don't know, some different way on defense, like just trying to throw something at them that they're not expecting, and it ends up just burning us. So.
And I think a great point that you say, like wearing down. If you're gonna do this, you're gonna need to play a deep bench, which Darko has been. But then in the Spurs game, Grady played like 4 minutes, and he
Hmm.
got more in garbage time, but he played he played a little bit of time in the first half, and then did not see the floor until the game was over. I don't know how you're like, oh, Grady, you can't be on the floor because of your defense. Meanwhile, like everyone's getting fried. No one is except for like Shed and like a couple, but like you had an Ochai point in our pod that broke down. You haven't been impressed with him. I think he's
Very
been pretty
underwhelming.
invisible as well.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I don't. You can't have it both ways. You can't play the short bench and defend like this. And I didn't. I. It's not like I've thought Grady's been a good defender, but are we saying he's been that much worse than some of these other guys we've been putting out there?
Yeah.
I definitely would not agree with that.
Yeah. No, I agree. You can't have your snatch and eat it too. Um, yeah. And one thing, another thing that I found was, does the RJ IQ Bino dynamic work on offense? Because those are the guys that are going to be kind of very
Well, I'd
instrumental
say
in
on
terms of.
offense, defensively, I don't know.
Well, on both sides of the court, but I still don't even think like all three of those guys are pretty primary ball handlers. I think RJ has actually, and I wanted to get to this as well while we're on this note. Who do you think our top three performers are of the first games in order? And follow up, how does that fit in with Bino, RJ, and IQ
It's definitely Scotty,
running
Bi,
the
and
offense?
RJ. It's definitely Scotty,
Yeah,
Bi, and RJ.
in that order.
Yeah. Bi and RJ, I'd say are like I think it's definitely Scotty, and then Bi and RJ. I don't really have a preference. I think they've both been
Wow.
strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
Is that
honestly
a hot
liked.
take?
No, no. I think RJ's for me personally. Scotty and RJ are right there with each other. I just think Scotty or RJ's had it a little bit easier because he hasn't been matched up with the best player on each team. So Scotty's obviously taken much more of a defensive load, but RJ's numbers offensively look incredible to me, and he's still very much active on defense as well. He had like I think against the Mavs, he had like 2 steals, two blocks. I know we can't look at like stocks as like a definitive, like defensive measure, but it's like to me he was very active, and he helps. I like his help too because he doesn't get burned a lot, but he's the first guy usually off the wing to kind of come in and close the lane if IQ gets burned or if whoever's guarding someone at the top gets burned.
Right.
So I think he actually is a decently high IQ defender. He's an athletic guy, not the perfect body. Obviously, he can be a bit longer, but yeah, like I think he's been totally fine. And then yeah, Bi's been solid offensively and defensively. You already know we've addressed
Yeah.
the issues there. So
Yeah.
yeah, those three for sure.
Any other themes or any other things you want to touch on from the first four games, or you want to preview the next three?
Um, I'd like to see like Jacoby get more in the rotation now. Like if Agbaji was playing better, I'd probably stall it a bit longer. But it's like, what do we have to lose? Because for what Agbaji's giving us, if Jacoby's giving us even like slightly less, it's not that big of a deal. But just to get him more reps, he's only still a second year player. Didn't have a great preseason, but was fine. Like why not? Let's just get more guys in the rotation, see what they're made of. Shed is interesting to me. I want your take on Shed after this, but Shed, it always seems like he's giving the most effort on the court. Sometimes it doesn't translate to anything, but he's always moving.
I
He's
love
always
Shea.
doing something. Yeah, so do
Yeah.
I. I'd love to see him actually kind of sneak up into our primary guard off the bench role.
Well, he
And then,
is. He already is.
well, Grady right now you can make a case. Probably we look to
So
him.
far, it's been Shed. It's been Shed.
I'm pretty sure Grady's gotten more minutes than Shed almost all the games.
Maybe that is like from the first game when Grady popped, like maybe that's carried over, but
Okay.
at least recently Shed has been
No,
Darko's
you're right.
go-to.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
He has.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Because again, if your defense is getting cooked, Shed is like the one guy who hangs his hat on that end that we have on our team. So
yeah. That's right.
yeah. All right, you get to move on?
Yep. Let's preview.
All right. Yeah, so we're not going to be back until after the Memphis game. So we have three games before that. We have Houston tonight, Cleveland on Friday, and Memphis on Sunday. So we'll start with Houston tonight. We've kind of teased this a bit. They don't have Fred, obviously. Get well, Fred. We love you. Hope you can come back and start to roll with this KD team. I think they're really going to miss you this year. All these idiots saying, "Oh, is the Van Fleet injury a blessing in disguise?" I think you're just idiotic.
No, no, Reed.
I'm not down on Reed yet, but that defense, woof, we'll see. And I don't DFS. I think is also out tonight. Bertle, like we said, is doubtful. Honestly, I hope he's out. Like rest up that back, man. So let's go through starting five and who we think's on who. So Houston's been starting Amen, KD, Jabari, Steven Adams, and Şengün. So if we thought
Ridiculous.
Dallas was tall, it's going to be even fucking worse tonight. Let's just assume Sandra will start. I think that's a
I think that's a
safe
given.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So where are you gonna? How would you match up defensively for the Raptors?
I honestly like in a game like this. I at some point I do want to incorporate the zone. Not in a game like this because I just think we'll get torched on the outside. So I guess man to man, I'm thinking like there's no one else that IQ can guard besides Amen, who's the smallest guy in that lineup, and
Yeah.
also
Ooh,
not going to be a
these
primary
matchups
ball
are
handler.
just
It's not
they're
ideal
not
at
great.
all.
They're not
I
great.
I think you gotta put Scotty on Şengün because he's the
I
only
agree.
next kind
Because
of
you
closest
can't
guy.
do Sandro. Sandro's gonna have
No,
to be
no,
on
God,
Steven.
no, no.
He's gonna
Sanders
have
on
to be on
Steven.
Steven.
They kind of
Yeah.
offset each other, and then
Oh, I
Bi.
wouldn't say that. I would not say
Well,
that.
whatever.
I think Steven's
Uh,
gonna eat his lunch in the paint today with offensive rebounds. But
yeah, and
I
then
hope I'm wrong.
Bi's gotta be on Jabari because
And then just
like
hope RJ. I mean, we give
just stay
up
in
the
the
height with
perimeter.
RJ on KD though.
Yeah, but we gotta
Just hope
force him left.
it's not a good matchup. Like
No,
this
it's
is
not. I don't know what
not
to
a
say.
good
Like,
matchup. Yeah.
if RJ's just gotta be like, just make him work for his buckets. He's gonna
Honestly,
score.
to your Ochai point, like an Ochai on men, that seems like that would be a time for
More
him.
fitting.
That would be good.
And then you have IQ out of the starting lineup, or you swap.
Well, no,
him
no,
with
I'm not
someone
saying
else.
starting, but just like heavy bench minutes maybe.
Or closing the game. Yeah.
CMB, I think will be interesting front court defensively wise tonight. He'll definitely get some Şengün time. Look, like this is not. I think offensively, with Sancho starting, we're going to be five out. So with Steven Adams and Şengün, I think offensively we can make stuff happen. Amen is obviously like a world class defender. He's going to be a pain in the ass for. He'll probably be point of attack. But I think with Steven and Şengün, we can make stuff happen on the perimeter with our like Sancho's quick, man. Like he's had some drives I've been really impressed with. So offensively, I'm not like so down on. I am scared of what the defensive end's going to look like tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I don't have anything yet to add.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Okay. Cleveland on Friday, first NBA Cup game. I know we briefly say like so we got the new court. It's the red court. It says Toronto in the middle. Obviously, it still has the NBA Cups like in the paint and the center, and it has like We the North in the like the background of the court. How do you think the court looks? And give me quick overall thoughts on the NBA Cup as a whole.
I actually do like this court. It's much better than years in the past. I think why not change it up? Uh, it's part of the gimmick of the NBA Cup. I'm
Yeah,
starting to actually kind of grow into liking the NBA Cup. I think when it was first introduced, it was a little bit silly. It's like, how's this going to impact? Is there additional games? There's only one additional game, and that's just the finals. So that's nice that they kind of implement it within the scheduling of the actual regular season. Yeah, no, I look forward to it. I think, and we spoke about this yesterday as well. It makes the young guys, like, incentivizes young guys to be a little bit more hungry. The guys on two ways, the guys on rookie
yeah.
contracts or vet mins, whatever. Like, they want that money. And so does LeBron. And so, yeah, no, I think it's more of an incentive than a hindrance. And I think it's good for the young and up and coming teams. So I think we should
Quick,
be competitive.
yeah. Quick little second because you said LeBron,
Yeah.
because LeBron was at the World Series game last night, and I
Of
saw a
of
tweet that
course
was
he
like
was.
the concept that LeBron James knows who Mason Fluharty is. So that
Oh
was
my
really
god.
good.
I love
Um,
Mace.
yeah. Okay, I love you. Honestly, Flu, dude, you've gotten huge edge for us
Incredible.
this year.
Yeah,
I
you've
love
been
you.
massive. Yeah.
Yeah. My thing with the NBA Cup is I like the idea, like make it just even if you're tricking the fans into like this means a little more in like November and
Yeah.
October,
Yeah.
sure. In years past, the honestly games before the new year have always been like kind of like does this even matter? Like all the
Mm-hmm.
players say it doesn't matter, so why should I care? Um, I do wish that the winner of the NBA Cup got something more than just prize money. You brought up like automatic home court advantage in the finals if that team should get there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate that idea. Like it's not nothing, but it's not like some huge advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's interesting. I wish there was something additionally than just the 500K. Like especially because that the finals game doesn't even matter in the regular season. So like
No.
it's kind of I don't even like yeah, it's cool. It's good basketball. Both teams want to win, so it's good basketball, but in the grand scheme it literally means nothing.
Well, it's
So I
funny
don't love that part of it,
for
but
the guys making over 42 mil a year. That one
it's a drop in
game
the
isn't
bucket.
even well. That's if you actually ratio it out. It's not even actually
Oh, like a
worth.
game check?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like they're not being
exactly,
paid.
dude.
So
Insane. Anyway, going back to Cleveland. So Garland just started his rehab. I'd be surprised if he's there Friday. And I think Sam Merrill left his last game, so he might be out as well. So let's just assume that they're going to be starting Lonzo, D. Mitch, DeAndre, Moab, and Allen. Where you starting with matching up our with the Raps. And
um,
we're gonna assume that Pirtle is not playing the next three games, so we're not even gonna talk about him for this part of it.
yeah, yeah. I think you got to go back 3 years ago and do the rookie year of the matchup with Mobley and Scotty.
Yeah,
They
and
kind of
this is like our
offset.
point, man. Like we're really putting Scotty in
Yeah,
tough
shitty,
positions
shitty
defensively.
situations. Yeah.
So and he's
Although
been
Mobley,
trying his ass off, man. So I respect it, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Mobley's game isn't necessarily ground and pound. Like he's not a post player,
True, but
so
it's more so the
he
height,
keeps
like
you
the
at
size
the height,
disadvantages
and
that
he
I'm
keeps you honest on
referencing.
defense because he could hit the odd like 10 footer, and
Yeah,
he's been shooting more
yeah,
threes this year too. So,
yeah. I
Jarrett,
love Mobley, great
like,
player.
do we have to throw Mamu at Jarrett? Like, there's just like no
Yep,
other person
yep,
that can do it. Lonzo
agree.
and IQ, like again, I like it'd be nice if IQ can keep Donovan in front of him, and then maybe
No, I like
RJ.
RJ on Donovan.
Okay, yeah.
Because
I
like
mean,
Bi and D Hunt, like I'm fine with. Like
but
I know you like DeAndre more than me. I don't. I'm pretty low on him, so
yeah, okay,
I'm fine with Ingram there.
yeah. I think it'd be. I wouldn't mind seeing RJ help off Lonzo and then test Lonzo's three.
Yeah.
capabilities. But
No, I'm excited to see how Lonzo looks, just because he's dealt with so many injuries. But like Bulls Lonzo before he got hurt was like an awesome player.
yeah,
Definitely curious to
for the
see if
20
he can
games
be
that it
like
lasted.
yeah, for like a significant ad for Cleveland this year. Um, Honestly, this matchup is for me like without Garland a lot more palatable than
Hmm.
Houston. Obviously, Cleveland won 64 games last year, and they had injuries, so they're no slouch. And then this one's in Cleveland as well, so definitely a tough would be a tough win. But I'm more comfortable with this matchup than I am with the Houston one.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Anything else you want to touch on Cleveland wise or no?
No, Cleveland's been pretty hot to start. I think they dropped one game to Milwaukee, first game of the year. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure, or was it
yeah.
the Knicks? I
The
think it was the
Knicks, it
Knicks.
was the Knicks. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, they look like a pretty similar team from
They're no
last year.
slouch. They're
No,
probably my favorite to win the East this year. Once
really.
they get healthy.
Oh.
I don't know about playoff wise because I was so high on them last year, and then I know they were hurt as well. But I mean, they're last year they were regular season win machine, and they're basically the same team once Garland comes back. So
Hmm.
I'm high on
Hmm.
them. Last team we're gonna go to. We're in Memphis on Sunday. Memphis is without Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen, Vince Will, Brandon Clark, and Zach Edey are Canadians. So depending how you feel on Vince Will, that's like five rotation guys
Hmm.
that won't be playing. Um, we know Memphis in years past just like finds these random guys who actually can
Spawn rotation
play.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they spawn Gigi Jackson out of nowhere and he puts up like 24 and 8 and Shaq says, "I'm proud of you, Gigi," and then it's like a whole viral moment and shit. So um, they're
That
no
boy is
slouch,
Shaq
but
tease.
to me this is like a must win to like get the
Oh
season
yeah.
back on.
Yeah.
You know, so they're doing they Jaren, Lawndale. They're starting with KCP and Jalen Wells. Um, and what do you think matchup wise?
It's pretty standard again. Like IQ's got to be on Jaw. Wells
I don't
and
like
maybe.
that.
Well, I don't
But
know
we,
who
we
else we're
did
gonna.
talk through this yesterday. Is like
Yeah.
with quickly being fast, a little faster than RJ. It's like that makes sense. Um, but we'll see.
And
We'll
also like
see.
Jaw isn't a great perimeter shooter. If RJ can, or excuse me, if IQ can just stay in front of our Jaw and make him work for those tough lays and maybe like make him settle for a couple contested J's, that was a huge win for us. That's why I
I
feel
wonder
more.
if
And I
Shed. Like I'm excited to see Shed try and
yeah
guard him.
yeah
Yeah.
definitely definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty's got to be on Jaren. There's no doubt there.
Basically, we're
Mamu,
just inputting Scotty on the great
the
power
best
forward.
the
Yeah,
best
just
front
put
court
Scotty on
player.
him.
Yeah, literally.
Doesn't matter. He's giving up like half a foot in size. Just put him on him.
I mean, it also doesn't help that we've had to like we've played probably like the best 5 4s in the past 5 games, or one of the
Yeah,
best. Like
it's also
AD,
true.
yeah.
Yeah,
Scotty, I think had some reps
yeah,
against Cooper in Dallas too. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, not great.
Sandro on Blondale. That's
Yeah,
whatever.
it's an offset.
And then I guess like RJ on Jalen Wells and Bino on KCP. That's like
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
So yeah, that one to me with Memphis's injuries, you got to get that one. I think I said yesterday, and I'll stick to it. I'll go lose in Houston, and I'll say we bounce back and we got a nice Cleveland win, and we win in Memphis too. So I'll go 2-1 with losing tonight and winning the
I
next two.
I think a loss in Houston, a loss in Cleveland, and a win in Memphis. And albeit really quick, if we lose the next three, Sam, if we drop these next 3 games, what are we? I know it's still like not even 10 games into the year, but we would be 1-5 at that point. Sorry, excuse me, 1-6.
Hmm.
What? How do you feel about us for the future? I know, and like none of those games are necessarily easy, right? We're not playing any
No,
like
no.
teams we're supposed to beat necessarily, but I don't know. Maybe I look at the season a bit differently and how we approach the deadline. If
I don't. I mean, dude, I
the East
don't.
is still wide
I,
open, I know,
no,
I
I
know.
don't.
Trust
I
me.
don't think that it's worth looking at that so early. Like to me, that's more of a December January conversation than the second week of the season.
A lot changes in the first couple months, I know, but it's just
Yeah,
1-6. You know,
it
we're
would be a
already
disaster start for
yeah. Like
sure.
I think we're
But
already through a tenth of the year with that, so
well,
not a great
yeah,
start. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, Anything else you want to hit on, or are you good to get out of here?
Yeah, I think that's it. I am curious, just really quick at the end of the pod, considering the next 7-footer, which team and who would you prospect to trade with for that hole there?
Like like another big.
Yeah, because at some
Honestly,
point in
dude,
time we're
like
gonna need one. Well, we will
yeah,
need another pick.
honestly, like I would need to look at the standings in like a couple months and go from there.
Okay.
I saw like our Pels just signed DeAndre Jordan, so that's
No, I didn't even
laughably
see that.
hilarious. Yeah, dude,
This
there's a
guy
clip
just
of
somehow
him.
finds a way to stay in the league.
Dude, there's a clip of him yesterday with an open path to the rim, and they have like I even forget who the Pels were playing. They had like one guy below the rim, and DeAndre had like a running start, and literally like barely gets off the ground. The defender's just hands up, and he just bricks the layup, and people are like,
Uh,
"This dude used to dunk on everybody,
yeah.
and now look,
Well,
he's
the
just
guy's
like."
almost
Yeah.
40. Like,
So yeah, it was another great move by Joe and Troy, really building a winner there in New
yeah,
Orleans.
that's the
Uh,
culture you want to you want to
But yeah,
uphold.
dude, honestly, like I'd need to see more standing stuff in like a later time to honestly
No,
pick
fair
out
enough.
some people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing else. Appreciate. I know me and Dan, we've appreciated all the support and all the texts and comments we've gotten from people who are enjoying this so far. Like I said, like me and Dan, we just love talking hoops, and we wanted to finally put it on like a platform. But we really appreciate people who've liked, subscribe, and followed the socials. Um, yeah, the Raps haven't been that positive of a start to the year, but I know I've loved this is I think our fourth episode, and I've loved
Yep.
doing this. So thank you guys for the support, and we're excited to keep doing this with you throughout the year.
Yeah. Thanks again, and make sure you like and subscribe, and let us know any feedback if you have our numbers personally, or if you're someone unknown. Please like leave a comment in the comment section. We really appreciate that.
For sure. Want to
All
take us
right.
out, Dan?
Yeah. Thanks again for listening, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Over and out.